the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on the road. Jordan, Ethiopia and Oman. 3 countries, 3 sub-regions, 1 strategic arc. The tour begins in Amman, in the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. At the invitation of King Abdullah II. Herein, Prime Minister Modi would review the entire gamut of relations between India and Jordan with Abdullah II and exchange perspectives on regional issues. Soon thereafter, on the 16th, the Indian Prime Minister is set to make his way to Ethiopia, marking his first visit to the country. During this visit, PM Modi will meet his Ethiopian counterpart and will hold wide-ranging discussions on all aspects of Indian-Ethiopian bilateral ties. And lastly, in the final leg of his visit, the Prime Minister will reach Oman and will meet Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. This visit will mark 70 years of the establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Oman, while providing an opportunity for both countries to comprehensively review the bilateral partnership, including areas of trade, investment, energy, defense, security, technology, agriculture and culture. Over 4 days and 3 capitals, PM Modi's itinerary offers a glimpse of where Indian foreign policy is headed after big-ticket visits to Washington, Paris and Moscow. If this Jordan-Ethiopia-Oman triangle delivers, India can lock its position in the Arabian Sea. With a map of India's influence from the Suez to the Cape looking very different by the end of this decade.
The BJP has announced the appointment of Bihar Cabinet Minister Nitin Nabin as its National Working President, effective immediately. Now, he currently serves as a minister in Nitish Kumar-led Bihar government, where he holds a road construction portfolio, has become the youngest BJP president in history. PM Modi and all the BJP leaders congratulated him. PM Modi in his tweet said that he's a young and industrious leader and has an impressive record as MLA and minister.
The BJP has made a decisive organizational move. Bihar Minister Nitin Nabin is appointed National Working President. Scenes of celebration broke out among party workers. Cheers, slogans and visible excitement marked the announcement. At just 45, Nitin becomes the youngest BJP working president. A clear push towards generational transition. Meanwhile, Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi has questioned the BJP's appointment process, saying Congress follows a democratic system to choose its leadership and alleging that BJP prefers secrecy over dialogue.
There's a clear lack of process in the recent announcement of the BJP for their National Working President. And there's a clear lack of meaningful engagement and dialogue with their party workers. The BJP has chosen the complete opposite. It prefers secrecy because they are unwilling to engage in dialogue. They don't believe in dialogue even with their own party workers. They don't even trust the opinion of their own party workers.
While BJP hit back strongly, leaders say Nitin's appointment reflects trust and performance.
मैं नरेंद्र मोदी जी देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी को विशेष तौर पर और पूरी पार्टी आदरणीय नड्डा जी और पूरी भारतीय जनता पार्टी को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि बिहार से एक पटना से हमारे नौजवान साथी नितिन नवीन जी को देश के कार्यकारी अध्यक्ष के तौर पर मनोनीत हुए हैं। इसके लिए विशेष शुभकामना भी देता हूं नितिन नवीन जी को कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जिस ऊंचाई तक आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में और आदरणीय नड्डा जी के नेतृत्व में बढ़ा है, आदरणीय नितिन जी के नेतृत्व में भी बिहार के साथ साथ पूरे देश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी मजबूती के साथ खड़ा होगा।
Republic spoke exclusively to the man of the moment. Nitin Nabin expressed gratitude and reaffirmed commitment to the BJP ideology.
आज पार्टी ने भरोसा किया है तो निश्चित रूप से उस भरोसे को आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयास करेंगे और जिस प्रकार का हमारा नेतृत्व का भरोसा पूरे देश में जनता के बीच में है, हमारा संगठन भी उसी प्रकार से विस्तार करे। जहां एक और संगठन का विस्तार वहीं कार्यकर्ता का विकास, ये निश्चित रूप से हम दोनों ही विषयों पर प्रयास करेंगे और सर्वव्यापी सर्वस्पर्शी जो हमारा संगठन का विचार रहा है, समाज के हर वर्ग में नेतृत्व को पैदा करना, समाज के हर क्षेत्र में नेतृत्व को आगे बढ़ाना।
With nearly 2 decades of experience, Nitin has handled key elections in Bihar, Chhattisgarh and Delhi. As celebrations continue among party cadres, Nitin's elevation marks a new chapter in BJP's organizational politics.
Here's getting some updates coming in right now. NIA to present charge sheet in the Pahalgam terror attack case before special NIA court, Jammu today. Now, top sources have told Republic that top Lashkar leadership will be named in the NIA. I repeat, in the NIA charge sheet, Pakistan-based terror leadership of Lashkar and their role to be named in charge sheet. NIA to present well-documented and substantiated charge sheet in NIA court. Charge sheet to name roles of Suleiman, Hamza, Afghani, Zibran, all killed in Operation Mahadev. Charge sheet also to name 3 arrested terror supporters, Parvez, Bashir and Yusuf. So this is a huge update coming in, viewers, in terms of the development expected. NIA will be filing a charge sheet in the Pahalgam terror attack before a special court in Jammu. And I want to go across to my colleague because we're getting a lot of source-based information coming in on what to expect. Yes, Gursum is joining us from Jammu. Gursumran, yes, take our viewers to latest coming in. What can we expect? A lot of source-based information coming in before we see that the charge sheet will be submitted.
Yes, so we are actually getting several names that will be charge sheeted, and at least 6 names I can confirm after speaking to several officials in the National Investigation Agency. There is a 2 set of charge sheets. It is a single charge sheet, but the names will be that first it will have the top leadership of Lashkar that is based in Pakistan, their lower role. We are told that one of the senior most leaders of Lashkar will also be named in the charge sheet. Has already been named. It will be presented before the court, and his role has been duly established based on the evidences and also the investigation that has been carried out. Some of the names that have been confirmed to us that will be charge sheeted, that includes Suleiman, the terrorist that has been killed in the Operation Mahadev, along with the 2 others, Afghan and Gibran. All 3 will be charge sheeted. They will be charge sheeted as of the key conspirators and the executors of this attack. Apart from this, Parvez Jothar, Bashir Jothar and 1 person named Yusuf that has also been arrested by the National Investigation Agency. It is being said that he will also be named. So these are the 6 confirmed names that will be charge sheeted. Apart from that, it will have the senior leadership of Lashkar-e-Toiba and also the Pakistani planning and execution part. That will also be a part of this charge sheet that has been detailed. What we are being told that this is a comprehensive charge sheet. It is not going to be like 10,000 or 20,000 odd pages charge sheet that will have all the details, but it will be a comprehensive and substantiated charge sheet that will be filed by the National Investigation Agency. This is the first set of charge sheet that is being filed. We are told that there lies every probability that there will be supplementary charge sheets that will be filed in the later part of the investigation. But for now, it will have all the details of who actually planned this, how the execution orders were made, and also the key details that have emerged out of the mobile phones of the 3 terrorists that have been killed on 28th of July as part of Operation Mahadev by Jammu and Kashmir Police, CRPF and the Indian Army. Those mobile details, mobile dump data, and also the data of the Thoraya, that was the satellite communication set, that will also be part of this charge sheet. It has taken NIA to 32 days to investigate from the day they were handed over this investigation, and now we are told that on the 176th day of the first arrest of Parvez and the Bashir Ahmad Jothar, that NIA will be filing the charge sheet today at 2 p.m. in the Jammu Special NIA Court. We are outside the NIA headquarters. Senior officials of the NIA have already arrived at the NIA headquarters. Many of the senior officials, they have been camping here overnight as well, because this is going to be a very big day for the NIA. All their investigations that have been carried out in last 7 to 8 months, that will now be presented before the court, and it will unravel the dirty games of the Pakistan, that how Pakistan always remains in a bid to destabilize India, and how they plan to carry out the targeted killing of Hindus and 25 Indian
All right,
nationals
well,
and one
thank you,
Nepali
Gursimran,
national
for
that has
giving us
been
all those details. I'll be coming back to you for more on that story because, of course, when we see that charge sheet will be submitted, Gursimran will be right there at NIA headquarters getting us all those updates. All right, viewers, move ahead right now. 2 U.S. Army soldiers and U.S. civilian interpreter were killed in an ambush in central Syria on December 13 in an attack attributed to a lone gunman believed to be linked to the ISIS. The attack occurred near Palmyra during a joint patrol with Syrian forces as part of the ongoing counter-ISIS operation in the region. Now, 3 other American soldiers and many Syrian security personnel were wounded. The gunman was killed at the scene by the partner forces. Watch this report for more.
Well, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be with you on Republic. Now, we all know that America was responsible for the downfall of Bashar al-Assad, the previous president, legitimately elected. He overstayed his welcome. There's no doubt about that. But he was legitimate. He was legal. And then this joker who led the movement against the Syrian regime, and he was himself an Al-Qaeda and an IS member. This joker then was installed as president, and Donald Trump went to him and said, buddy, you look so smart in a suit. You're no longer a terrorist. Now you're my darling. You're such a good-looking guy. You can do what you feel like. And I love good-looking guys. I myself used to be very good-looking. Now he's ugly as hell. So what is happening now is it shows to you that Al-Jolani or Al-Shara, whatever they have named this joker, he is incapable of controlling his former comrades. They say, look, what has happened is that you've got recognition, you've got the money, excuse me a moment, you've been honored by the Americans, you'll be invited, you'll be lioness. What about us? We were your foot soldiers. We've been ignored, we are being slaughtered, we are involved in fighting remnants of the previous regime. We are dying while you're sitting in the palace traveling across the world and being lionized and feted. So that was the first thing. Now, Trump has vowed retaliation. Retaliation against whom? At the same time, he has also said that Al-Shara Jolani, the self-styled president, is also very upset. What does that mean? He doesn't have the strength to do anything. So Trump is trying to say it's not Jolani's fault. It's the fault of these unguided missiles who used to be his comrades once upon a time. The fact is that Syria is falling apart and Trump can do nothing about it. He's not going to get yet another claim to the Nobel Peace Prize by saying, oh, I brought peace to Syria, because that has not happened. There's conflict going on everywhere. The Kurds are active, the Iraqis are active, the Syrians are active, the Russians are active. The Americans we all know about, the Europeans are messing around. So there's not going to be peace in a long time yet. Al-Qaeda hasn't been destroyed. ISIS or IS has not been decimated. They are still there. Trump can do what he wants. Who is he going to bomb in Syria? He doesn't even know that. If he had known, if his intelligence was good, these fellows would not have died. So simply by sucking up to the turned Democrat, he's not going to get very much. My own feeling is that he's not going, President Trump is going to scream and yell and shout. He's not going to be able to do anything except bomb the areas where these 2 soldiers were killed. And of course, he's described them as great American patriots, etc. And what on earth are they doing in Syria? Get the hell out of that. If that happens, you won't lose soldiers. So the bottom line is that he's going to bomb a few so-called strongholds. The docile American media will say, oh, our intelligence identified the chaps who were responsible, although the attacker was shot and killed, a lone attacker, but we figured out who his friends and buddies are, and we've eliminated them all. Arrant nonsense. If their intelligence was so good, they could have prevented the massacre that took place. So if you are putting your troops in other lands, be prepared that they will get killed. I mean, so many of them got killed in Vietnam, they've got killed in Afghanistan, they've got killed in Yemen, they've got killed all over the place. That is par for the course. If you're sending your troops there, they're going to die. He hasn't sent any troops to his once upon a time darling, a chap in Ukraine called Beginsky or Zelensky or something like that, because he doesn't want to lose any troops. He knows that if they go in there into Ukraine, they are going to get slaughtered by the Russians. So he's very quiet about boots on the ground there, but he's put boots on the ground in Syria. Now he's paying the price. My advice to him, if of course nobody's going to listen to me, would be that leave Syria and get out of there. Why are you so worried? Let the Israelis handle it, let the Turks handle it. You have, today this guy is, yesterday the guy was a terrorist, today he's your darling, tomorrow he'll be a terrorist again. One thing about Donald Trump, he's predictably unpredictable, he's mercurial. Changes his opinion, I think, every 44 seconds. That's what somebody has assessed. So, let's see what is going to happen, but there will be no retaliation. Who is he going to retaliate against? An unknown enemy? I don't know. I think he will just bomb some areas and then claim that he has killed all the IS characters. But yes, he will dump this character. He'll find somebody else. Just as in Jihadistan, my feeling is that he's going to dump that Pinjrewali Munni Bai, a so-called fool marshal. And then he'll find somebody else. To be Trump's, as somebody had once said, to be Trump's enemy is dangerous. To be his friend is fatal.
And viewers, getting you more updates coming in. We see that it's 1 day to go, but the Indian Army has shared a video of the historic win against Pakistan in the Indo-Pakistan War on December 16, 1971. Take a look as we take a short break.
सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
झुमका तेरा झुमका तेरा झुमका
नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा मसाला।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Asia's largest news headquarters. Setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, it is the most unfortunate and most tragic scene I have ever seen in the history of Indian politics. The Congress president and the leader of opposition must tender apology to the nation through the floor of the Parliament House.
क्या संसद ने आज इस मामले को सत्ता पक्ष से उठाया?
सर, इस पर कांग्रेस कह रही है वो डिफेंड कर रही है अपने बयान को और वो बोल रही है
All right, we're getting this reaction coming in from Minister Kiren Rijiju, and this is coming the backdrop of the BJP levelling serious accusations against Congress party, alleging that the real agenda behind its SIR vote chori rally was to eliminate Prime Minister Modi. We saw that the BJP has claimed that the Congress leaders were chanting a couple of words which are inappropriate. And after that, we're getting reactions coming in from the BJP on this issue. So back-to-back updates coming in on Republic TV. And was trying to get a reaction there from Kiren Rijiju, who was speaking on that issue. Now, he has said the Congress party must apologize. This kind of politics is dangerous for the country. He said that we are working for the country. This is a grievous threat, is an unfortunate event in the political history of the country. Kiren Rijiju saying the Congress must apologize to the Prime Minister and the country for that for the threats which were made to the Prime Minister. So we try to play that out once more for you in a short while from now. But just going ahead and telling you once more what Kiren Rijiju has said. He said the global leaders are praising PM Modi, and recent statements made by the Congress about the Prime Minister is condemnable and insult to the Prime Minister. He has said the Congress party must apologize. This kind of politics is dangerous for the country, and we're working for the country. This grievous threat is the unfortunate event in political history of the country. So getting these updates coming in, viewers, back-to-back updates coming in here at Republic TV. And we see that when the Congress party was holding a mega rally, that's when we saw these comments which were made, these threats which towards Prime Minister Modi. So a lot of reactions have been coming in from different BJP leaders on this issue. Just getting these updates coming in, and we see that Rijiju says that previous threat to Prime Minister Modi is absolutely unfortunate. Let's clear that statement once more of the minister.
Sri Rahul Gandhi can adopt leftist ideology or whatever his party wants to adopt. But we are working for the country, and to openly declare in the Congress rally to take the life of Honorable Prime Minister, to dig the grave of Modi ji, it is the most unfortunate thing we have seen in the political history of India. We are rivals, we are not enemies. We belong to different political parties, we propagate different ideologies, but we are working for the nation. We want to make India a strong nation, a Viksit Bharat, a developed India by 2047. Modi ji's dream is to make India a developed and powerful nation so that every Indian can be proud of. But to openly declare in Congress rally to dig the grave of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, it is the most unfortunate and most tragic scene I have ever seen in the history of Indian politics. The Congress president and the leader of opposition must tender apology to the nation through the floor of the Parliament House.
Prime Minister Modi has emplaced for Jordan. He is embarking on a three-nation visit to Jordan, Ethiopia and Oman. The Prime Minister took to a social media platform and said, "Today I will be in Jordan at the invitation of His Majesty King Abdullah II." Now, this visit comes at a time when we mark 75 years of diplomatic relations that we're seeing between our nations. I will be holding talks with His Majesty and Prime Minister Jafar Hassan. He also said that I look forward to interacting with the Crown Prince of Jordan. So we will be getting these updates coming in. It's a three-nation tour for the Prime Minister. He is it's the first leg. He is going to Jordan at the invitation of the King of Jordan. During the visit, he will meet King Abdullah II to review the entire gamut of relations between India and Jordan and exchange perspectives on regional issues. Let's go straight across to my colleague, our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, joining us, marking the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries. This is a visit, Abhishek, to strengthen Indo-Jordan bilateral engagements.
Well, absolutely. You know, there is the geography called West Asia and North Africa. We, in fact, have a division called VANA, corresponds to MENA for the other rest of the world, which is Middle East and North Africa. And Prime Minister in this four-day trip going to be in Jordan, Ethiopia, and Oman. Remember, essentially Muslim majority countries. Jordan happens to be the moderate Islamic nation in West Asia, as one would call it. Our political ties have deepened in the recent past. Remember, last time when Prime Minister visited Jordan, the Israeli Air Force provided him an escort when he wanted to travel from Amman to Ramallah in the West Bank. And that really gives you an idea of the kind of bipartisan and cutting across those very entrenched ideological positions that India has its ties with Jordan, with Palestine Authority, and of course with Israel. A Prime Minister is going to have meeting with the King of Jordan later in the evening once he lands in the afternoon. And then, of course, tomorrow there's a big delegation level talks. And then, of course, a business summit planned in this very important geography, which takes care of India's energy security. Jordan is an important partner in terms of our food security needs also, because India imports a significant amount of fertilizer. And the reason why Jordan has...
Yes. Absolutely, Abhishek. And also, we're talking about this visit because he will also proceed to Ethiopia, which will be the first visit to that country. This is a very important visit that we're seeing, three-nation visit, and it will be making sure that even India-Ethiopia ties strengthen opportunity to review bilateral partnership between all these countries in the areas of trade, investment, energy, defense, security, technology, agriculture, and a lot more, Abhishek. All right, we'll go back. We'll go back to Abhishek in a short while from now. But PM Modi in planes for Jordan. All right, let's move ahead, viewers, to some of the other stories we're tracking here on Republic TV. All right, let's move ahead, viewers. Big update coming in. This is in the Goa's Birch Club fire incident case. Saurabh Luthra and Gaurav Luthra's legal team has landed in Thailand, and the team is here to aid, I repeat, aid their deportation of process. They will also be providing the requisite legal aid to the Luthra brothers. A big update coming in, viewers, on Republic TV. The CBI has already landed in Thailand to bring back the Luthra brothers. They will be coming back expectedly this week itself. Sorali is joining us. Sorali, the CBI landed in Phuket, and now we see that the legal team of the Luthra brothers have landed in Thailand to aid the Luthra brothers and expedite the process. Yes, Sorali.
Yes, that's true. Let me tell you, a legal team to aid the entire process of deportation has landed in Phuket, and now the process will be expedited as we are tracking the story continuously. The CBI team is there and the entire process will be done now. It is also being said that requisite help which is needed by the alleged perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy, Luthra brothers, it will be given to them. On the other hand, it is being also said that in this week they might be brought back to India. They will be deported back to India in Delhi, and then Goa police team will escort them back to the state of Goa, wherein the further legal procedure will take place. The justice will take its course, and all the legal proceedings will take place. But right now, we are getting this big major update in this entire story. The entire system right now in the Goa administration, Goa police, central agencies of India were behind tracking down the Luthra brothers and bringing them back. Now in a major success, and another update, a legal team, a team to aid the entire process of deportation is now in Thailand to expedite the process, and we can get the information anytime soon that when exactly on which date will they be brought back to India.
That's right. And let's talk a little bit more about, Surali, how the process has been in Thailand. And Indian Embassy in Thailand is issuing an emergency certificate, one-way travel to document to the Luthras since their Indian passport was suspended by the union government. Now, the Luthras fled Thailand hours after the fire incident. There has been so many questions which were raised, Surali, about how these Luthra brothers escaped after the fire incident to avoid any kind of legal responsibility. However, they will be back. The CBI is there, and the legal team will bring them back as well. Surali.
Yes, that's true. Let me take you to the sequence of entire happening. We know that on a Saturday night, this tragic incident unfolded. It is one of the most tragic fire incidents in the state of Goa. On the same night, on the same midnight at 1:17 a.m., they had booked their tickets with IndiGo on MakeMyTrip.com, and around 5:30, they had taken a flight to Phuket. And this is within the few hours of this tragic incident unfolding. The Burj by Romeo Lane nightclub was owned by this Luthra brothers, and at the very same night, wherein 25 people were killed, 23 succumbed to death, 2 burned to death. They fled this entire scene. On the other hand, we have seen the kind of arguments that were being put out by their legal teams in the Rohini court, saying that they were on a business trip. They did not flee, but the anticipatory bail plea, we have seen, it was totally cancelled out. It was rejected. We know that FIR was registered on the very same day, post to which a lookout notice was released, and then it came into the light that they are not in India anymore. They have fled the country, and then Interpol comes into the picture when a blue corner notice was released to check about their whereabouts, and then NCB Thailand had traced them, post which Thai royal authorities, Thai royal police had taken them into the custody. Formal communication was done back with the Indian central agencies, and then they were nabbed from a spa called Kutha, and then they were taken to Phuket's immigration center, post which few days ahead they were brought to Bangkok's immigration center to take ahead the process of deportation. And now the major update that is coming is a legal team has reached in Thailand to expedite this entire process, because the justice is awaited in this entire case. It has become a very sensitive issue, because Goa is a tourism hotspot, we have to understand, and such lapses can cause a major issue, which already a tragic incident has unfolded. But this has to become an example for the rest of the nightclubs, bars and restaurants, if they are operating without the required permissions and checks and balances.
Surali,
they have to see the kind of
CBI officials in Thailand. We see that soon the Luthra brothers will be deported very soon. Okay, let's move ahead, viewers, to some other stories. Tracking, the BJP has announced the appointment of Bihar Cabinet Minister Nitin Nabin as its national working president, effective immediately. Nabin, who currently serves as a minister in Nitish Kumar-led Bihar government, where he holds a road construction portfolio, has become the youngest BJP president in the history. PM Modi said, and all the BJP leaders congratulated him. PM Modi in his tweet said that Nitin Nabin is a young and industrious leader, has an impressive record as MLA and minister. Take a look.
The BJP has made a decisive organizational move. Bihar Minister Nitin Nabin is appointed National Working President. Scenes of celebration broke out among party workers. Cheers, slogans, and visible excitement marked the announcement. At just 45, Nitin becomes the youngest BJP working president. A clear push towards generational transition. Meanwhile, Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi has questioned the BJP's appointment process, saying Congress follows a democratic system to choose its leadership and alleged that BJP prefers secrecy over dialogue.
There's a clear lack of process in the recent announcement of the BJP for their national working president. And there's a clear lack of meaningful engagement and dialogue with their party workers. The BJP has chosen the complete opposite. It prefers secrecy because they are unwilling to engage in dialogue. They don't believe in dialogue even with their own party workers. They don't even trust the opinion of their own party workers.
While BJP hit back strongly, leaders say Nitin's appointment reflects trust and performance.
मैं नरेंद्र मोदी जी देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी को विशेष तौर पर और पूरी पार्टी आदरणीय नड्डा जी और पूरी भारतीय जनता पार्टी को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि बिहार से एक पटना से हमारे नौजवान साथी नितिन नवीन जी को देश के कार्यकारी अध्यक्ष के तौर पर मनोनीत हुए हैं। इसके लिए विशेष शुभकामना भी देता हूं नितिन नवीन जी को कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जिस ऊंचाई तक आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में और आदरणीय नड्डा जी के नेतृत्व में बढ़ा है, आदरणीय नितिन जी के नेतृत्व में भी बिहार के साथ साथ पूरे देश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी मजबूती के साथ खड़ा होगा।
Republic spoke exclusively to the man of the moment. Nitin Nabin expressed gratitude and reaffirmed commitment to the BJP ideology.
आज पार्टी ने भरोसा किया है तो निश्चित रूप से उस भरोसे को आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयास करेंगे और जिस प्रकार का हमारा नेतृत्व का भरोसा पूरे देश में जनता के बीच में है, हमारा संगठन भी उसी प्रकार से विस्तार करे। जहां एक और संगठन का विस्तार वहीं कार्यकर्ता का विकास, ये निश्चित रूप से हम दोनों ही विषयों पर प्रयास करेंगे और सर्वव्यापी सर्वस्पर्शी जो हमारा संगठन का विचार रहा है, समाज के हर वर्ग में नेतृत्व को पैदा करना, समाज के हर क्षेत्र में नेतृत्व को आगे बढ़ाना।
With nearly 2 decades of experience, Nitin has handled key elections in Bihar, Chhattisgarh and Delhi. As celebrations continue among party cadres, Nitin's elevation marks a new chapter in BJP's organizational politics.
The political tensions in Odisha's Dharmasala constituency erupted into violence. Supporters of the sitting MLA Himanshu Shekhar Sahu clashed with those of former MLA Pranab Kumar Balabantare near the latter's farmhouse in Panturi. Now, several people were injured with 4 hospitalized and over 15 vehicles damaged. More in this report.
Political tensions in Odisha's Jajpur district took shape into violence today, turning a power struggle into scenes of chaos. The Dharmashala Assembly constituency witnessed violent clashes between supporters of sitting MLA Himanshu Shekhar Sahu and former MLA Pranab Kumar Balabantare, leaving several injured and widespread destruction in their wake. The flashpoint, Balbantare's farmhouse in Panturi. The supporters of the former 2-time BJD MLA and the supporters of sitting MLA Himanshu Shekhar Sahu had gathered there for a meeting. What followed was mayhem. The former MLA claimed that 4 people were injured in the violence. The opposition party alleges that Sahu's supporters stormed the farmhouse and attacked the BJP supporters. The violence also left a trail of destruction. Vehicles vandalized, windows shattered and property damaged. The violent clashes left supporters on both sides injured and tensions running high as political rivalries in Dharmashala rises.
Breaking news coming in. Breaking news, viewers. The inquiry panel gives Justice Yashwant Verma 6 weeks to respond to the memo of charges framed against him. The panel was constituted under the Judges Act after a removal motion was moved in the Lok Sabha following the discovery of burnt and unaccounted currency notes at his official residence. Justice Verma has sought additional time But the committee granted a final 6-week extension, with proceedings set to resume in late January. Evidence shared with Verma includes videos and witness statements from the fire brigade and police recording the cash found in his residential storeroom. So we're getting these updates coming in, viewers. Judge Verma to respond to panel in 6 weeks. Inquiry panel formally asked Verma to respond to those serious charges which have been levied against him. Yes, we have with us Shambhavi joining us. Shambhavi, just taking our viewers through the latest coming in, because inquiry panel has asked Verma to respond. Now, there's a lot of evidence as well which has been gathered, as this inquiry panel was investigating the case. So we can expect a lot of updates in terms of Verma responding to all these allegations and giving his side, because he has the opportunity to give his side as well when he responds.
See, finally, Justice Verma has the option and has the time to present his side of the facts, present his side of the witnesses, which support his theory, which was that the notes, that the currency that was found at his residence was placed, and that was in order to frame him for the said charges. And now that the memo of charges has been formally served to him, he has asked for more time to file a reply, and the committee, the said concerned committee, has given him a time of 6 weeks to file his reply, and also explicitly said that no further time will be given to him regarding this entire filing of the reply. And then when the proceedings which are set to resume in the last week of January 2026, we'll see Justice Verma presenting his side of the witnesses, and also he will have an opportunity to cross-examine the witnesses that are supporting the charges against him, that are supporting the charges of the memo that he has been served with. So a lot more updates, a lot more details are expected to come up.
All right, thank you, Shambhavi, for getting us all those details. Judge Verma to respond to the panel in just 6 weeks, so we can expect the proceedings to again continue in the last week of, in a few weeks from now. All right, let's move ahead, viewers. 1 day to go, and the Indian Army has shared a video. Now, this video highlights the historic victory of the Indian Armed Forces over Pakistan in the Indo-Pak War on December 16, 1971. Take a look. Viewers, much for coming right up. We will continue to be live and breaking. NIA to file the charge sheet in the Pahalgam massacre before the special NIA court in Jammu. Stay tuned.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका।
Not there. मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा, आर प्योर मसाला। MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
All right, viewers, a very warm welcome. You're watching the Republic TV. I'm Shivam Dutt Mehta, and our top focus will be on PM Modi's international visit and what's in it. This and a lot more lined up. But first up, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi emplanes for Amman, embarking on a 3-nation visit to Jordan, Ethiopia and Oman to boost political, economic and strategic ties. Newly appointed BJP National Working President Nitin Nabin to receive grand welcome at BJP headquarters after arrival in national capital. Delhi High Court to hear contempt plea against DGCA over alleged failure to enforce pilot fatigue rules amid IndiGo meltdown. CBI team to visit London in Nirav Modi case for the first hearing on appeal against his extradition to India. NIA to file charge sheet in the Pahalgam massacre before the special NIA court in Jammu. All right, viewers, let's move on to our first story. Now, the BJP has accused Congress workers of using death threats against Prime Minister Narendra Modi after a video has surfaced showing them shouting such slogans against Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the opposition's rally at Ramleela Maidan. In all-out face-off, Union Minister Kiran Rijiju has taken on the grand old party for their discourse. So BJP has accused Congress workers of issuing death threats to Prime Minister Narendra Modi after a video surfaced showing them shouting slogans ahead of the opposition's rally at Ramleela Maidan. Now, this is not the first time the Congress has been accused of using death threats against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Let's listen into what Kiran Rijiju has said.
Sri Rahul Gandhi can adopt leftist ideology or whatever his party wants to adopt. But we are working for the country, and to openly declare in the Congress rally to take the life of Honorable Prime Minister, to dig the grave of Modi ji, it is the most unfortunate thing we have seen in the political history of India. We are rivals, we are not enemies. We belong to different political parties, we propagate different ideologies, but we are working for the nation. We want to make India a strong nation, a Viksit Bharat, a developed India by 2047. Modi ji's dream is to make India a developed and powerful nation so that every Indian can be proud of. But to openly declare in Congress rally to dig the grave of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, it is the most unfortunate and most tragic scene I have ever seen in the history of Indian politics. The Congress President and the leader of opposition must tender apology to the nation through the floor of the Parliament House.
All right, viewers, let's move on to the next big story. The MEA has extended its support to Australian counterpart Australia in the aftermath of the Bondi attack, the Bondi Beach attack, which claimed lives of more than 12 to 16 people. Dr. S. Jaishankar has spoken to his Australian counterpart, giving condolences. So India's Ministry of External Affairs has reached out to Australian authorities in the wake of attack at Bondi Beach. The MEA is closely monitoring the situation and is in touch with Australian officials to gather updates on this incident. Now, according to official sources, the focus is on ensuring the safety and well-being of Indian nationals as well in that area. So there's a very big development that has come in. So External Minister has offered full support in this scenario. The MEA has extended its support to Australia in the aftermath of the Bondi Beach attack. Now let's listen in what the eyewitnesses have to say about the attack.
I don't get scared very easily.
So
I went for a smoke. You know, there was grounds, there all greeneries. I went for a smoke because you can't smoke there. Unfortunately, I'm a smoker. And I went over that sort of fence where the car parked, and then the shooting starts. And everyone is running down. And two police officers lying down on the ground next to me. I think I fall down and the blood was coming from my hand.
It's impossible. I was holding somebody's child because he was screaming. I was saving this child.
When I heard the gunshot, I thought it just firework. So I just come closer just because I was a bit not in the center. So I just come to the center, like, and look around, like what, and then I see people moving around. And so I hear like five shot in, and then I didn't think it's a fire, it's a gunfire. So I just come closer to look what happened, and then I see someone on the ground with the blood. And that moment I realized it's terror attacks against Jewish people. And so that's what I realized, and in that moment I just start running away from the event.
There is currently a significant security step up around Jewish community institutions. I'm not going to go into the details of that, but the first and foremost priority has to be the preservation of Jewish life. Clearly, yesterday there was a failure, and 16 beautiful human beings lost their lives and dozens remain in hospital today. Once Jewish life is secure, we then need to preserve Jewish way of life. It's utterly unacceptable that Jewish academics and students on university campuses are being harassed and ostracized and victimized for being Jewish. It's utterly unacceptable that Jewish artists are being doxxed and don't have a place within the creative sphere. It's utterly unacceptable that some of our classrooms are being hijacked for political causes. It's unacceptable that the Prime Minister's Special Envoy for Anti-Semitism has a report dealing with all of these matters, and it's sat on the shelf for all of these months.
All right, so Bondi Beach attack, EM dials Australian counterpart. The MEA has extended its full support to Australia in the aftermath of the Bondi Beach attack, which has claimed the lives of around 16 people, 16 Jews. Dr. Jaishankar has spoken to his Australian counterpart. Another big breaking news coming in. Pakistan link emerges to the Australian terror attack. A very big breaking coming in this moment. Pakistan-based Naveed Akram caught alive in terror attack at the Bondi Beach. ISIS flag found in the car of the father-son terrorist duo. This is a very big development, and Pakistan also will have to give an answer. Australian intel agency proved Naveed Akram for ISIS link. So an ISIS link is being established, and also the Pakistan link. A Pakistan link has emerged to the Australian terror attack. Pakistan-based Naveed Akram has been caught alive in this terror attack. ISIS flag has also been found in car of father-son terrorist duo. So this is a very big development. The Australian intel agency proved Naveed Akram for ISIS link. So there's a very big development. ISIS flag has been found in the car of the terrorist duo, and they are Pakistanis. This is a very big development that is coming in.
Oh! C'est un malade! Oh non, gros! Oh! Ouais, mais il y a son pote, il va se faire tirer dessus! Il est trop con, le mec qui a l'arme! Le mec est hyper courageux. Oh. Wesh.
Oh!
C'est un malade!
Oh non, gros! Oh!
Ouais, mais il y a son pote, il va se faire tirer dessus! Il est trop con, le mec qui a l'arme! Le mec est hyper courageux. Oh. Wesh.
Let's move on to the next breaking news that we are getting at this moment. The National Investigation Agency, that is the NIA, is set to file the charge sheet in the Pahalgam terror attack before a special court in Jammu. The Union Home Ministry had handed over the probe in the Pahalgam attack case to Anti-Terror Federal Probe Agency in April this year. Earlier, NIA had arrested 2 accused, and during their interrogation, they had disclosed details about the identities of the 3 armed terrorists who are involved in the attack. The NIA has gathered a substantial body of evidence regarding the identities of the terrorists. Charge sheet to name roles of Suleiman, Hamza Afghani, Zibran, all killed in Operation Mahadev. Security has been beefed up outside the NIA headquarters in Jammu. So for more details, we have Gursimran on the phone line. Gursimran, so this is a very big development that is coming in. NIA is set to file the charge sheet after a long time. What are the latest developments?
Yes, it's to be very precise, 238 days after the attack, the brutal terror attack that has been done on the behest of Pakistan and terror group Lashkar-e-Toiba on the civilians in the Pahalgam Baisaran Valley, in which 26 innocent civilians, that include 25 Indian nationals and one Nepali citizen, they have killed by these Pakistani terrorists. And now NIA is going to file the charge sheet. It is today at around 2 when the agency, the Federal Investigation Agency, will file its charge sheet. And the
investigation agency will file its charge sheet, and the charge sheet will include all the aspects that will have the linkages of the Pakistan-based terror groups, as well as the local role that has been played. Right now, we are reporting from outside the office of the National Investigation Agency, and as we speak, we are told that the officials from the NIA, they have already arrived. The senior officials a couple of minutes ago also arrived, and the security has also been beefed up with the additional detail of the Central Industrial Security Force that has been deployed there. So the security arrangements have been put in place. What will be in the charge sheet? It will be the top leadership of Lashkar-e-Toiba based in Pakistan that will be part of this charge sheet. Their role has been detailed by the NIA. We are told that this is not going to be a lengthy charge sheet, that is, it is not going to be like 10,000 or 20,000 odd pages, but it will be a comprehensive, and it will have all the details regarding the role of the Pakistan, Lashkar-e-Toiba, the resistance front, and also the role of 3 terrorists that have been killed. That includes Suleiman, Hamza Afghani and Gibran, along with the 3 of their associates, Yusuf, Pervez and Bashir, that have been arrested by the NIA in the investigation that they have carried out so far. This is not going to be the final charge sheet in the case, because NIA is going to file a supplementary charge sheet as well at the later stage of the investigation, as investigation is underway, and also some of the leads that they are working with regards to the Delhi bombing also, since it has the roots in the Kashmir Valley. So that will also be looked upon by the National Investigation Agency. But today afternoon, the charge sheet will be filed at around 2 in the special NIA court in Jammu.
All right, it's an all-going investigation, but Gursimran, what are the kind of evidences that we are looking at, which will be presented by the NIA in the charge sheet? More details about that.
See, what we are being told that it will completely be based on several of the mobile phones, at least 2 to 3 smartphones that have been recovered, some of the communications that have made between the Pakistani handlers to the terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir, these 3 Pakistani terrorists that have been neutralized later in Operation Mahadev on 28th of July. So there were Thoraya communication, that is a satellite communication, that intercepts have been generated and worked upon by the National Investigation Agency, that clearly establishes the role, because there have been uplink frequencies and the downlink frequencies that have been traced by the FSL Chandigarh that has worked thoroughly on this case, and also the weapon that has been recovered. Reason being that it will also establish that the weapon that has been used by Suleiman and Hamza Afghani, these were the same weapons that they have used, the M4 and the AKs that they have used in the Baisaran terror attack. So these are the details that will be part of this charge sheet. Some of the digital evidences will also be produced before the court. It will be a sealed pack CD that will be handed over to the court, and apart from that, there will be a written charge sheet that will have all the details regarding the role of Pakistan, Lashkar-e-Toiba, the resistance front, and these Pakistani proxies that are working on the behest of their Pakistani handler from Jammu and Kashmir.
All right, Gursimran, thanks a lot for information on this developing story. Keep tracking this story. All right, viewers, let's move on to the next story. 2 US Army soldiers and a US civilian interpreter were killed in an ambush in central Syria. This is a developing story. I'll tell you, on December 13 in an attack attributed to a lone gunman believed to be linked to ISIS. The attack occurred near Palmyra during a joint patrol with Syrian forces as part of ongoing counter-ISIS operations in the region. 3 other American soldiers and several Syrian security personnel were wounded. The gunman was killed at the scene by partner forces. Watch this detailed report for more.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be with you on Republic. Now, we all know that America was responsible for the downfall of Bashar al-Assad, the previous president, legitimately elected. He overstayed his welcome. There's no doubt about that. But he was legitimate. He was legal. And then this joker who led the movement against the Syrian regime, and he was himself an Al-Qaeda and an IS member. This joker then was installed as president, and Donald Trump went to him and said, buddy, you look so smart in a suit. You're no longer a terrorist. Now you're my darling. You're such a good-looking guy. You can do what you feel like. And I love good-looking guys. I myself used to be very good-looking. Now he's ugly as hell. So what is happening now is, it shows to you that Al-Jolani or Al-Shara, whatever they have named this joker, he is incapable of controlling his former comrades. They say, look, What has happened is that you've got recognition, you've got the money, excuse me a moment, you've been honored by the Americans, you'll be invited, you'll be lioness. What about us? We were your foot soldiers. We've been ignored, we are being slaughtered, we are involved in fighting remnants of the previous regime. We are dying while you're sitting in the palace, traveling across the world and being lionized and feted. So that was the first thing. Now, Trump has vowed retaliation. Retaliation against whom? At the same time, he has also said that Al-Shara Jolani, the self-styled president, is also very upset. What does that mean? He doesn't have the strength to do anything. So Trump is trying to say it's not Jolani's fault. It's the fault of these unguided missiles who used to be his comrades once upon a time. The fact is that Syria is falling apart and Trump can do nothing about it. He's not going to get yet another claim to the Nobel Peace Prize by saying, oh, I brought peace to Syria, because that has not happened. There's conflict going on everywhere. The Kurds are active, the Iraqis are active, the Syrians are active, the Russians are active. The Americans we all know about, the Europeans are messing around. So there's not going to be peace in a long time yet. Al-Qaeda hasn't been destroyed. ISIS or IS has not been decimated. They are still there. Trump can do what he wants. Who is he going to bomb in Syria? He doesn't even know that. If he had known, if his intelligence was good, these fellows would not have died. So simply by sucking up to the turned Democrat, he's not going to get very much. My own feeling is that he's not going, President Trump is going to scream and yell and shout. He's not going to be able to do anything except bomb the areas where these two soldiers were killed. And of course, he's described them as great American patriots, etc. And what on earth are they doing in Syria? Get the hell out of there. If that happens, you won't lose soldiers. So the bottom line is that he's going to bomb a few so-called strongholds. The docile American media will say, oh, our intelligence identified the chaps who were responsible, although the attacker was shot and killed, a lone attacker, but we figured out who his friends and buddies are, and we've eliminated them all. Arrant nonsense. If their intelligence was so good, they could have prevented the massacre that took place. So if you are putting your troops in other lands, be prepared that they will get killed. I mean, so many of them got killed in Vietnam, they've got killed in Afghanistan, they've got killed in Yemen, they've got killed all over the place. That is par for the course. If you're sending your troops there, they're going to die. He hasn't sent any troops to his once upon a time darling, a chap in Ukraine called Beginsky or Zelensky or something like that, because he doesn't want to lose any troops. He knows that if they go in there into Ukraine, they are going to get slaughtered by the Russians. So he's very quiet about boots on the ground there, but he's put boots on the ground in Syria. Now he's paying the price. My advice to him, if of course nobody's going to listen to me, would be that leave Syria and get out of there. Why are you so worried? Let the Israelis handle it, let the Turks handle it. You have, today this guy is, yesterday the guy was a terrorist, today he's your darling, tomorrow he'll be a terrorist again. One thing about Donald Trump, he's predictably unpredictable, he's mercurial. Changes his opinion, I think, every 44 seconds. That's what somebody has assessed. So let's see what is going to happen, but there will be no retaliation. Who is he going to retaliate against? An unknown enemy? I don't know. I think he will just bomb some areas and then claim that he has killed all the IS characters. But yes, he will dump this character. They'll find somebody else. Just as in Jihadistan, my feeling is that he's going to dump that Pinjrewali Munni Bai, a so-called fool marshal. And then he'll find somebody else. To be Trump's, as somebody had once said, to be Trump's enemy is dangerous. To be his friend is fatal.
All right, viewers, another big breaking news coming in. The legal team representing the Luthra brothers met both of them at the detention center. This is a big breaking news that is coming in. The meeting lasted for around 30 minutes, during which the lawyers briefed their clients on the legal procedures that are ahead, that they have to be deported very soon. The deportation process has been initiated and is expected to be completed likely within this week. So the Indian embassy in Bangkok is also working in close coordination with Thai authorities following the detention of the Goa nightclub owners, that is Saurav Luthra and Gaurav Luthra. And this is the big development that is coming in. The legal team of the Luthra brothers is there and they have met them at the detention center at Thailand in Bangkok in the detention center. The meeting has lasted around 30 minutes and as part of the procedure protocol, the lawyers briefed their clients on the legal procedures that lie ahead. They have to face the Indian law. The Thai authorities have supported the Indian authorities. They have been supportive and now the deportation process has been initiated and is expected to be completed likely within this week. So you can see the detention visuals also on your television screen. The legal team representing the Luthra brothers have met them both at the detention center. The meeting has lasted around 30 minutes. These are the Luthra brothers, the owner of the nightclub where 25 people have lost their lives due to a fire incident. And this is the big breaking news that is coming up on your television screen. The legal team representing Luthra brothers have met them at the detention center. They have explained their clients, which is the Luthra brothers, about the legal procedures that lie ahead. For more information, we are being joined by Swarali. Swarali, what are the latest updates on this? We are getting that the legal team representing the Luthra brothers have met them and the meeting has lasted for around 30 minutes.
The team has landed in Thailand to expedite the entire process of deportation, and now we're getting the next major update that the meeting with Luthra brothers ended long for 30 minutes, and there must have been certain discussion about the deportation process and legality that goes into the two countries for them to be deported. And at any time soon we can get the update that exactly on which day the Luthra brothers will be deported back.
All right, Swarali, thanks a lot for the latest update on this news story. All right, viewers, let's move on to our next news segment, that is Bharat in 2 minutes. New Delhi was blanketed by dense fog this morning, reducing visibility across the national capital. Data from the Central Pollution Control Board showed the air quality index in Delhi at 456 at 6 a.m., marking the season's second worst reading. 4 air quality monitoring stations in Delhi recorded the maximum measurable pollution level of 500 on Sunday. In view of the dense fog conditions, Delhi airport authorities and several major airlines including IndiGo and Air India have issued advisories to their passengers. In a post on X, Delhi airport stated that due to dense fog, flight operations may experience disruptions, delays. The airport authorities are working closely with all the stakeholders to minimize inconvenience to passengers. For the latest flight updates, passengers were advised to contact their respective airlines, and they said, "We sincerely regret any inconvenience caused." A cold wave continues in the Kashmir Valley with a drop in temperature. Tourist movement remains steady, with visitors expressing appreciation for the weather overall. All right, viewers, let's move on to our next story. 1 day to go, and the Indian Army shared the video highlighting the historic victory of the Indian Armed Forces over Pakistan in the Indo-Pak War on December 16, 1971. Let's take a look.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
प्लीज स्टॉप। झुमका तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। तेरा झुमका मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ। 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है।
अरे मेरे राजा,
सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Very good morning, viewers. Thank you for staying with us. This Monday, you're watching Live and Breaking with me, Oyana Mitra. Ladies and gentlemen, a horrific attack at the Bondi Beach in Australia claimed the lives of 12 Jewish people on Sunday afternoon. And 24 hours after the attack, Republic TV has accessed and will be bringing you more details about the Pakistani origins of the two attackers who are said to be a father-son duo. So those details, lots of new sound bites that are coming in, so that and a lot more for you. But first, the headlines at 11 a.m.
Openly declare in Congress rally to dig the grave of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. It is the most unfortunate and most tragic scene I have ever seen in the history of Indian politics.
After death threat to Prime Minister Modi in a Congress rally, BJP demands an unconditional apology from Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. Saurabh Luthra and Gaurav Luthra's legal team lands in Thailand. Luthra's to be deported to India soon. Delhi High Court to hear contempt plea against DGCA over alleged failure to enforce pilot fatigue rules amid IndiGo meltdown. NIA files charge sheet in Pahalgam case, names Lashkar terrorists behind killing of 26 people. Australia reels after a deadly terror attack at Sydney's Bondi Beach. Police say father-son duo of Pakistani origin opened fire on the crowd. Delhi's AQI worsens. Heavy smog reported. Choking effect hits flights. Our viewers, the BJP has accused Congress workers of issuing death threats to Prime Minister Narendra Modi after a video surfaced shouting such slogans ahead of the opposition's rally at the Ram Leela Maidan. This was reported on Sunday afternoon. Now, in an all-out face-off that has erupted between the BJP and the opposition, it is Union Minister Kiran Rijiju who has taken on the grand old party for their abusive discourse, saying this is a new low for the Congress. Listen in.
Sri Rahul Gandhi can adopt leftist ideology or whatever his party wants to adopt. But we are working for the country, and to openly declare in the Congress rally to take the life of Honorable Prime Minister, to dig the grave of Modi ji, it is the most unfortunate thing we have seen in the political history of India. We are rivals, we are not enemies. We belong to different political parties, we propagate different ideologies, but we are working for the nation. We want to make India a strong nation, a Viksit Bharat, a developed India by 2047. Modi ji's dream is to make India a developed and powerful nation so that every Indian can be proud of. But to openly declare in Congress rally to dig the grave of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, it is the most unfortunate and most tragic scene I have ever seen in the history of Indian politics. The Congress President and the leader of opposition must tender apology to the nation through the floor of the Parliament House.
कि यही संस्कृति है, अब इसी संस्कृति पर वो देश का पर राज करने का सपना देख रहे हैं। हमने तो कहा है कि भाई प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा है, मुफ्त ऑफर किया है, टिप्स तो लीजिए कि कैसे जनता का विश्वास तो मिल नहीं रहा है। अब यही सब तक तरह का अनर्गल आरोप जिसका कोई राजनीति से लेना देना नहीं, इस तरह का आरोप लगाते रहे।
इससे शर्मनाक, इससे ज्यादा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण कोई चीज नहीं हो सकता है कि देश के प्रधानमंत्री 140 करोड़ के नेता, विश्व में सबसे प्रसिद्ध, सबसे मजबूत नेता आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का कमर खोदने के लिए कांग्रेस के रैली में बात कहा गया है। मैं चाहता हूं कांग्रेस के नेतृत्व माफी मांगना चाहिए, इस सदन के माध्यम से देश से माफी मांगना चाहिए। राज्यसभा में भी, लोकसभा में भी कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष स्थगित की जाती है।
Okay, that was Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju taking on the opposition in the Lok Sabha, which has now been adjourned till 12 noon. Earlier today, he issued a statement essentially taking on the Congress party for the abusive discourse and calling it a new low for issuing death threats to the Prime Minister. The party has now, the BJP has now demanded unconditional apology from Rahul Gandhi and from the Congress party workers. over abusing the Prime Minister. All right, in just a short while from now, we'll get you that entire sequence from the Lok Sabha in which Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju has essentially questioned the opposition over their discourse against the Prime Minister. The BJP has called this a new low for the Congress and essentially gone on to say that in their bid to oppose the Prime Minister and the BJP, this is the sort of political discourse that has been displayed by the Congress in their rallies. And since the party essentially cannot counter
इस तरीके के नारे की बात रिकॉर्ड पे जा रही है प्लीज ये तरीके के नारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के सोच और मानसिकता को दर्शाता है ये नामदारों के झंझलाहट को स्पष्ट इंगित करता है और साथ में इस तरीके की बात कहना एक प्रधानमंत्री जी के खिलाफ और मृत्यु की कामना करना यह अपने आप में बहुत ही निंदनीय है। इसके लिए हमारे नेता प्रतिपक्ष और कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता यहाँ बैठी हैं आदरणीय सोनिया गांधी जी, इनको देश से माफी मांगनी चाहिए और देश से माफी मांगनी चाहिए और ये नामदारों की झंझलाहट है इसको समझना चाहिए। और मैं ये भी कहना चाहूंगा कि राजनीति का स्तर कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इतना गिरा दिया है जो कल्पना के बाहर है, इसलिए इसकी मैं घोर निंदा भी करता हूं और मैं श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी से
Right, all out chaos and ruckus in Parliament over there. Viewers, in the Lok Sabha, you had Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju take on the Congress party. In the Rajya Sabha, it is Leader of Opposition, Union Minister JP Nadda, who has essentially condemned the remarks against the Prime Minister that were made by Congress party workers at a rally at Ram Leela Maidan yesterday. The BJP has now gone on to say that this essentially is the real agenda of the Congress party. They cannot counter the BJP or the Prime Minister in terms of the love and admiration that he has from across the people, from across the globe. They cannot counter him in terms of winning elections, so this is their real agenda. The BJP has said that SIR, issues like SIR and vote chori, is nothing but an excuse that the Congress party uses, wherein the real agenda that they hold is to eliminate Prime Minister Modi. So these are the allegations that have been now made by the BJP. I'll take you back to Lok Sabha, viewers, and here is that entire sequence of Union Minister Kiran Rijiju.
हम लोग सब इस सदन का सदस्य है अलग अलग पार्टी से। हम लोग एक दूसरे का विरोधी है, हम दुश्मन नहीं है। आप बात को सुनो, गंभीरता से सुनो बात को। हम लोग एक दूसरे के दुश्मन नहीं है, हम एक दूसरे के विरोधी हैं। 2014 में बीजेपी का एक एमपी ने एक गलत शब्द प्रयोग किया था विरोधियों के ऊपर। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने तुरंत अपना एमपी को माफी मांगने के लिए कहा और उन्होंने माफी मांगी, क्योंकि हम इस सदन में लोगों के द्वारा चुने हुए प्रतिनिधियों के हिसाब से काम करते हैं। कल कांग्रेस के रैली में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का कब्र खोदने के लिए बात कहा गया है। ये इस देश के लिए बहुत दुखद समय है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ऐसा शब्दों का इस्तेमाल करते हैं और सारे कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरे का पूरे नेतृत्व उस रैली में मौजूद थे और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का कब्र खोदने के लिए इन्होंने नारा लगाया। इस देश के लिए इससे शर्मनाक, इससे ज्यादा दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण कोई चीज नहीं हो सकता है कि देश के प्रधानमंत्री 140 करोड़ के नेता, विश्व में सबसे प्रसिद्ध, सबसे मजबूत नेता आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का कमर खोदने के लिए कांग्रेस की रैली में बात कहा गया है। मैं चाहता हूं कांग्रेस के नेतृत्व माफी मांगना चाहिए, इस सदन के माध्यम से देश से माफी मांगना चाहिए। राज्यसभा में भी, लोकसभा में भी कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष
स्थगित की
कांग्रेस
जाती है।
All right, that was the full sequence from the Lok Sabha, ladies and gentlemen. Union Minister Kiran Rijiju over there. You also had seated alongside Arjun Ram Meghwal. The BJP now escalating its attack on the Congress party, saying that it has essentially crossed all limits in its abusive political discourse. The BJP now demanding a full and unconditional apology from Sonia Gandhi and the Congress party. So you have it over there, a complete uproar and ruckus in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha over the death threat that was issued to the Prime Minister during a Congress workers' rally at Ram Leela Maidan in Delhi yesterday. And we also have that full sequence from the Rajya Sabha where it was Leader of Opposition JP Nadda taking on the Congress party.
बहुत ही दुख के साथ और उद्वेलित मन से मैं एक विषय को सदन के सामने लाना चाहता हूं कि कल जो कांग्रेस पार्टी की रैली हुई उसमें नारे लगे, मोदी तेरी मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी, आज नहीं तो कल खुदेगी। ये इस तरीके के नारे की बात रिकॉर्ड पे जा रही है, प्लीज। ये तरीके के नारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के सोच और मानसिकता को दर्शाता है। ये नामदारों के झंझलाहट को स्पष्ट इंगित करता है और साथ में इस तरीके की बात कहना एक प्रधानमंत्री जी के खिलाफ और मृत्यु की कामना करना, यह अपने आप में बहुत ही निंदनीय है। इसके लिए हमारे नेता प्रतिपक्ष और कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेता यहां बैठी हैं, आदरणीय सोनिया गांधी जी, इनको देश से माफी मांगनी चाहिए और देश से माफी मांगनी चाहिए और ये नामदारों की झंझलाहट है, इसको समझना चाहिए। और मैं ये भी कहना चाहूंगा कि राजनीति का स्तर कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इतना गिरा दिया है जो कल्पना के बाहर है। इसलिए इसकी मैं घोर निंदा भी करता हूं और मैं श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी जी से।
All right, viewers, you heard what was happening in the Lok Sabha and in the Rajya Sabha. Now let's take you back to yesterday. In videos that have now surfaced on social media, Congress workers were heard chanting death threats to the Prime Minister ahead of a Congress party workers rally in New Delhi. Here's that full sequence.
मोदी तेरी कमर खुदेगी, आज नहीं तो कल खुदेगी। मोदी तेरी कमर खुदेगी, आज नहीं तो कल खुदेगी। वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर, वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर, वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर, वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर, वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर। मोदी तेरी कमर खुदेगी, आज नहीं तो कल खुदेगी। मोदी तेरी कमर खुदेगी, आज नहीं तो कल खुदेगी। वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर, वोट चोर, गद्दी चोर, वोट चोर।
All right, viewers, we'll keep a very close watch of all the responses that are coming in on that very big story this morning. For the moment, let's take a look at everything else that is making news across the country at this hour. New Delhi was blanketed by dense fog this morning, reducing visibility across the national capital. Data from the Central Pollution Control Board showed the air quality index at Delhi at 456 at 6 a.m., marking the season's second worst reading. 4 air quality monitoring stations in the national capital recorded the maximum measurable pollution level of 500 on Sunday. In view of the dense fog conditions, Delhi airport authorities and several major airlines, including IndiGo and Air India, issued advisories to passengers. In a post on X, the airlines said that several flights have been delayed. A cold wave continues in the Kashmir Valley with a drop in air temperature. Tourist movement remains steady, with visitors expressing appreciation for the weather and the overall experience, despite the absence of snowfall so far. UP Chief Minister Yogi All right, viewers, what's been happening in Australia? Let's get you the latest details. On the 14th of December, a terrorist mass shooting occurred at Sydney's iconic Bondi Beach during a Hanukkah celebration organized, resulting in at least 16 deaths and dozens being injured. The Australian authorities identified the two gunmen as a father and son duo, 50-year-old Sajid Akram, who was killed at the scene, and 24-year-old Naveed Akram, a Pakistani national residing in Sydney, who was critically injured and taken into custody. Reports indicate that Naveed had prior scrutiny from security agencies, including a 2019 ASIO investigation linked to extremist ties, and Islamic State flags were also found in their vehicle. The attack, declared an act of targeting the Jewish community, has prompted widespread condemnation of terrorism. And on your screen, viewers, are the details of the accused, Naveed Akram, who's 24 years old. In fact, Republic TV has gotten more details about his Pakistani origins.
What we saw yesterday was an act of pure evil, an act of terror, an act of anti-Semitism, an attack on the first day of Hanukkah targeted at the Jewish community. A dark day in Australia's history on what should have been a day of light. And visiting the scene there at Bondi this morning, it was a very physical reminder of the iconic status of Bondi Beach and the Bondi Pavilion. I opened that pavilion after the refurbishment just a couple of years ago. It is a historic place, and the fact that this was a venue for this act of evil that was clearly calculated by these perpetrators is just an outrage and a shock to the community. One of the things that is coming through, though, is that the community want to be able to express their support and solidarity. And I would urge and join with others who have urged Australians across the country to light a candle, put it in their front window tonight at 6:47 p.m. to show that light will indeed defeat darkness, part of what Hanukkah celebrates, of course. We are stronger than the cowards who did this.
Before we begin, however, I want to just pay my respects to the people. Unfortunately, 2 are no longer with us. Brown University, 9 injured, and 2 are looking down on us right now from heaven. And likewise in Australia, as you know, there was a terrible attack, 11 dead, 29 badly wounded. And that was an anti-Semitic attack, obviously. And I just want to pay my respects to everybody. I must say in Syria also, we had an attack in Syria. and we had 3 great patriots terminated by bad people, and not the Syrian government. It was ISIS. Syrian government fought by our side. The new president fought by our side. But I just want to pay my respects to the families.
Right, viewers, this entire incident has drawn many responses from world leaders who have essentially shown their support for the Australian Jewish community and for the government. And in the latest, it's Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu who called on his Australian counterpart, Anthony Albanese, for failing to protect the Jewish community after the attack at Bondi Beach on Sunday killed 16 Jewish people.
ענק, כמו רני גבילי, שפשוט נלחם עד הכדור האחרון. גם היום מנסים לרצוח, ולצערנו גם היום הצליחו לרצוח יהודים, טבחו ביהודים בסידני שבאוסטרליה. אני כתבתי לפני 4 חודשים מכתב לראש ממשלת אוסטרליה. ואמרתי לו, המדיניות שלך מעודדת טרור, היא מעודדת אנטישמיות. אתה קורא למדינה פלסטינית ואתה נותן בעצם פרס לחמאס על הטרור.
All right, viewers, meanwhile, let's get you more eyewitness accounts from yesterday. They have essentially come out now, and through their interrogation, leveling out details to the police, they have described acts of bravery from bystanders and police officers after these 2 gunmen opened fire on the people.
When I heard the gunshot, I thought it just firework. So I just come closer just because I was a bit not in the center. So I just come to the center, like, and look around, like what, and then I see people moving around. So I hear like 5 shotting, and then I didn't think it's a fire, it's a gunfire. So I just come closer to look what happened, and then I see someone on the ground with the blood. And that moment, I realized it's terror attacks against Jewish people. And so that's what I realized. And in that moment, I just start running away from the event.
And viewers, a bystander tackled and wrestled a gun from one of the 2 gunmen during the Bondi Beach mass shooting, in which at least 16 people were killed. It was reported that the man was a 43-year-old fruit shop owner who was at the spot during the time of the incident. The video that has now surfaced from the scene shows the gunman standing on a footpath between the grassy area and a parking lot, holding a long-barreled weapon and firing into the distance. This bystander, who's crouching behind a parked car, rushes towards the alleged gunman as he opens fire. He leaps onto him and wrestles the gun from his hand. The full sequence now on your screens.
Oh! C'est un malade. Oh non, gros. Oh, ouais, mais il y a son pote, il va se faire tirer dessus. Il est trop con, le mec qui a l'arme. Le mec est hyper courageux. Oh. Wesh. Oh. C'est un malade. Oh non, gros. Oh. Ouais, mais il y a son pote, il va se faire tirer dessus. Il est trop con, le mec qui a l'arme. Le mec est hyper courageux. Oh. Wesh.
All right, viewers, and with that, it's time to slip into a very short break. But do stay on with us, because on the other side, we'll get you the details of the deportation process for the Luthra brothers. We're now learning that the counsel for the Luthra brothers has landed in Thailand. They're likely to be deported to India this week. And also the latest details of the contempt plea that has been filed against the DGCA over their alleged failure to enforce pilot fatigue rules amid the nationwide IndiGo fiasco. Stay with us.
our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Okay, much more coming up on the other side. The latest investigation details of the Birch fire investigation at 11:30 a.m.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
Openly declare in Congress rally to dig the grave of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. It is the most unfortunate and most tragic scene I have ever seen in the history of Indian politics.
Of a death threat issued to Prime Minister Modi in a Congress rally, BJP demands an unconditional apology. Saurabh Luthra and Gaurav Luthra's legal team lands in Thailand. Luthra to be deported to India soon. Delhi High Court to hear contempt plea against DGCA over alleged failure to enforce pilot fatigue rules amid IndiGo meltdown. Files charge sheet in Pahalgam case, and IA to file a charge sheet. Names Lashkar terrorist behind killing of 26 people. Australia reels after a deadly terror attack at Sydney's Bondi Beach. Police say a father-son duo of Pakistani origin opened fire on the crowd. Delhi's AQI severe for the third straight day. Smog versus choking effect hits flights. India's GDP to grow 7% in financial year 2026, viewers. CRISIL raises the growth forecast. The Indian economy is poised to grow at 7.0% in the current fiscal year, 2025 to 2026, viewers. So back-to-back updates coming in on Republic TV. Let's get to the latest that we are tracking for you here. The latest update is that there's good news when we talk about the GDP. The GDP is going to grow, a forecast to 7% for financial year 2026. The projections have been raised by 50 basis points soon after the country registered robust growth in the first half. It said that it revises GDP forecast for this fiscal, with the first half growth printing at a street beating 8%. We get these updates coming in, viewers on Republic TV. So this is good news coming in. The forecast has been projected when we talk about the GDP forecast. And I want to go across to my colleague who's joining us. Yes, it raises forecast for the country's gross domestic product. GDP growth to 7% from 6.5% for the current fiscal year 2026, following the first half growth of 8% that exceeded expectations. Pranav, if you could help our viewers understand why this is significant.
Well, indeed, CRISIL has, revised India's growth forecast to 7% from 6.5%. It is some of the tailwinds that we are expecting is basically the overall consumption growth. There is tremendous optimism over the US-India trade deal, which is being viewed as a headwind. I mean, if that happens, then there are likely prospects that the growth will, there will be a further boost in the GDP growth. It's important to note that this just comes days after the RBI itself revised the growth forecast for FY 25-26, in fact 26-27. So yes, another global rating agency betting it big on India at a time when global headwinds have kind of created ripples across the global economy.
Yes. The growth in manufacturing and services are showing a significant rise. So this is what that report says as well, Pranav. If you could help our viewers understand what it says, because when we talk about the supply side, there is a huge uptick. Also, lower food inflation has stoked discretionary spending in the country.
Well, inflation has already been within the range, the target range of the RBI. What is being further said is that the inflation may come down even further if some of the positives that are expected actually fall in line. It's just extremely important to note that the Indian economy is a consumption-driven economy, and the entire globe, in fact, there was a report just today, Bloomberg reported today, that the entire global investors are looking at India as a hedge against the risk factors that are currently on in the global markets. So yes, a lot of positives, a lot of tailwinds, and rating agencies such as CRISIL saying that India's growth could be higher than what we've been expecting so far.
All right, thank you, Pranav, for getting us all those details. We will be getting more details on the story soon. We're getting some more update coming in the Goa fire tragedy investigation, viewers. According to the sources, Goa police recorded statements of excise department officials in fire tragedy case. The big update coming in, viewer, statements of Panchayat body are also being examined. Substantive details have come out during the investigation. The Magisterial Inquiry Committee has questioned original landowner Pradeep Amankar. Pradeep had a dispute, and the Magisterial Committee has now called over 100 people to join a probe and recorded statements of 20 more people. Police record statements in Goa fire probe. So more people are being questioned. A lot of their statements are being recorded. Excise officials are also being questioned in the Goa fire tragedy. So we're getting these updates coming in, viewers. Back-to-back updates coming in Republic TV. Simultaneously, effort is on to deport the Luthra brothers from Thailand. So we see the CBI has reached Thailand already. Also, the Luthra brothers' lawyers are in Thailand. All right, Swarali is joining us. Swarali, looks like more questioning is taking place and statements are being recorded. If you could help our viewers understand what the latest is.
Yes, that's true. As we all know that a magisterial probe had been ordered by the CM of Goa, Pramod Sawant, and now that is taking place. It is in the process, and now we get to know that statements are recorded from the excise department and fire department. Now we are getting to know that substantial details are coming out from the investigation. And let me also tell you, the previous landowner Pradeep Amankar was also inquired during the magisterial probe. Also, the committee has called for 100 people for the inquiry during this entire process of investigation and recorded statements of around more than 20 people. That's the recent update we are getting in right now, and we are also getting this information that important inputs have been given by this investigation done by the Goa police and the magisterial committee. On the other hand, wherein we know that the legal team has landed in Thailand to expedite the process of deportation of Luthra brothers, who are the major perpetrators of Goa fire tragedy. And there's a constant effort by Goa administration and police to get them back. And now in a major success and major update, we get to know that the process will be expedited. On the other hand, legal team has also met Luthra brother, and meeting went on for 30 minutes. And at any point in time, we could get the update that exactly on which day, when will they be brought back to India. But the thing is that firstly they'll be brought back to Delhi, and then they'll be flown to the state of Goa. Back to you.
Yes, and before, we were also tracking other updates coming in, Sorali. Earlier today, we were speaking about the Luthra brothers being deported. Everything is being done for them to be deported back to India. And we know that, in fact, the passport was suspended. So they have to take a certificate from the Indian embassy in Thailand. The lawyers are there. The CBI is there. So when will that take place? When can we expect the deportation of the Luthra brothers?
Yes, according to the information we are collecting from the sources in Goa police, we have been informed that the date might be 17th. On 17th December, on Wednesday, Luthra brothers might be brought back to India. But still the date is not confirmed. We are waiting for the official confirmation from the Goa administration and the central agencies of India. But right now, as we can see, that, the legal team is there, and they are there to expedite the entire process of deportation. So anytime soon in this week, we can expect that Luthra brothers will be brought back to justice in India from Thailand, specifically in the state of Goa, for further legal action to be taken.
All right, thank you for getting us all those details. I'll be coming back to you for more on this story, the Goa fire tragedy, the probe which is continuing in the case. Okay, let's move ahead, viewers. Tamil Nadu, inside sources from BJP reveal that they will have their plan to contest 50 assembly constituencies. Now, in a meeting last night with Amit Shah, we see that Nayanar Nagendran told the media that nothing political was discussed. It's reported that the state president submitted the list of 50 constituencies from Tamil Nadu, in which the BJP see themselves as a very strong suit. Now, identifying 65 winnable seats, 50 for the BJP and the other 15 for the NDA leaders. Without the ADMK in place, the BJP in the state has drawn up a list. Well, Amit Shah was set to visit Tamil Nadu to meet the party office bearers. His arrival has been postponed to end of the month, following which PM Modi to arrive in the second week of January for a political campaign. So big update coming in, inside scoop on Tamil Nadu elections. Sharda is joining us live. Sharda, take our viewers through what we can expect. Tamil Nadu elections are not too far away. So we see that all the parties are planning. It's a race for Tamil Nadu now. And now, of course, the next focus would be the seat sharing. We're getting some information coming in about the seat sharing formula. Sharda.
Well, with just 5 months away for the elections to actually happen in the state of Tamil Nadu, multiple parties have opened up spaces for people to post in their requests and also post in whether they want to stand as an MLA or not. The requests or all, the opening forms have also been given by the Congress, BJP and the AIADMK. Now, yesterday after the BJP state president Nayanar Nagendran met Home Minister Amit Shah in Delhi, it has come to the notice that the BJP has planned for taking 50 seats from the NDA alliance. Also, the seat sharing process will be them talking to the AIADMK. Out of the 234, 50 seats should be taken by the BJP is what the state president Nayanar Nagendran has approached Amit Shah with. It is said that the BJP has done a clarification on the seats that are stronger if the BJP stands there, especially if the NDA alliance stands on that particular area, that they see there's a victory for that particular constituency. And now with the 50 seats that the NDA has opted, it also includes the western part of Tamil Nadu the most when compared to the south and the north. Also, one of the important points that the BJP is keeping is the NDA alliance seats, the extra 15 seats out of the 65 that the NDA would for sure win in. It also looks at the other parties that the NDA has alliance with, which also includes the JMMK and other minority parties, including the TMC, that is part of the NDA alliance without the AIADMK.
Yes. And, Sharada, we have to also talk about what the key issues are. We have seen the AIADMK and the BJP repeatedly say that the DMK has lost support of the people, and there have been many instances which the AIADMK and the DMK have highlighted. How will that really play out? Because we see that the AIADMK and the BJP are very confident of taking Tamil Nadu when it comes to the vote share.
Well, the India Alliance, the main formation happened in May after Amit Shah made his visit to Tamil Nadu, and following which there's been constant talks between the AIADMK and BJP leaders. We can see Nainar Nagendran and the AIADMK Party General Secretary Edappadi K. Palaniswamy having conversations every once in a while, and that the AIADMK and BJP constantly thinks about dethroning the DMK from power, and they see they see themselves as a strong political opponent for the DMK, and to make a mega alliance to make sure that the 2026 elections is in the hands of NDA and make sure that though the DMK alliance is strong as of now, over time, even yesterday the AIADMK General Secretary in the party meet revealed that there are more parties that to come and join the India alliance, and that this alliance really gets stronger. And keeping in mind the BJP and the AIADMK in 2021 when the elections happened had a strong opposition like the DMK to fight on when they were in power, and now with of the 20 seats they contested, 4 seats were won by the BJP, and now BJP seems to have become more stronger in the state of Tamil Nadu after their alliance again with the AIADMK post the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. So now with the AIADMK BJP in hand together, they seem like a stronger opposition for the DMK, and they are very confident that they'll be winning the 2026 elections.
All right, well, thank you for getting us all those details, Ashada. Coming back to you as we track the latest coming in from the Tamil Nadu elections, impending elections. Okay, Nitin Nabeen has been appointed, viewers, as a national working president of the BJP, making him the youngest leader to hold this position at just 45 years of age. A 5-time MLA from Bihar's Bankipur constituency, Nabeen has served as a minister in the Bihar government multiple times, holding portfolios such as road construction, urban development, and law and justice. Meanwhile, he's expected to be in Delhi today. Here's what the BJP headquarters looks like ahead of that visit.
14 दिसंबर 2025 बीजेपी के लिए, बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ताओं के लिए एक बड़ा दिन रहा है, क्योंकि बीजेपी को अपना नया नवीन अध्यक्ष जो है वो मिल चुका है। बात हम कर रहे हैं बीजेपी के नए अध्यक्ष नितिन नवीन की, और इस वक्त बीजेपी हेड ऑफिस में मौजूद है। बिहार से आपको बता दें कि नितिन नवीन है, पटना के रहने वाले हैं, और यहाँ पर इस वक्त जो तस्वीरें हैं वो बिहार टच ही दे रही है। बता दें यहाँ पर मखाना खीर जो है वो मनाई जा रही है। कुछ समय पहले आपको याद होगा जब बिहार में एनडीए की रिकॉर्ड तोड़ जीत हुई थी, तब भी ये मखाना खीर जो है वो मनाई गई थी। बिहार में कहा जाता है, मिथिलांचल में अगर हम बात करें तो कुछ
बस दिल्ली के बिहार के लोगों की शुभकामना है। बिहार के मेरे क्षेत्र के लोगों ने मुझे इतना आशीर्वाद दिया, बिहार ने इतना आशीर्वाद दिया। आज उन बिहार के लोगों के आशीर्वाद के बल पर मैं आज पार्टी के लिए बड़ा चलिए तो ये
It's a big update that we're tracking on Republic TV. We see in the latest coming in, Nitin Nabeen has been appointed as the national working president of the BJP, making him the youngest leader to hold this position at 45 years of age. And he's a 5-time MLA from Bihar's Bankipur constituency, has served multiple times in the Bihar government, holding portfolios such as road construction, urban development. So he will be in Delhi today. So that's what we in fact have our reporters on the ground already who will be getting us what will happen next. But big update coming in on Republic TV as we see that BJP gets a new chief. We see that Bihar Minister Nitin Nabeen has been appointed the national working president, and he will be replacing J.P. Nadda. Now, we see that the BJP's parliamentary board appointed Nitin Nabeen as a national working president of the party, and we see that he will be replacing the incumbent BJP chief, J.P. Nadda. Nabeen is a PWD minister in Bihar and MLA from Bankipur in Patna. So those live pictures coming in because he will be in Delhi today later on. So that is something that we will be tracking very closely once he reaches Delhi. So getting these reactions from him as he is leaving for the national capital from Patna. And we see that that he has got a lot of congratulations. We see that PM Modi has called him a young and industrious leader and rich organizational experience and has an impressive record as MLA as well as minister in Bihar for multiple terms. In fact, PM Modi says that he has worked to fulfill people's aspirations. He's known for his humble nature and grounded style of working. And he says that I'm confident that his energy and dedication will strengthen our party in the times to come. PM Modi congratulating him on becoming the BJP National Working President. All right, so Nitin Nabeen will be arriving in the national capital, the BJP headquarters in a short while, where my colleague was getting us the report from. Okay, we have some reactions. Let's go and play it out.
बिहार के लोगों को शुभकामना है। बिहार के मेरे क्षेत्र के लोगों ने मुझे इतना आशीर्वाद दिया, बिहार ने इतना आशीर्वाद दिया। आज उन बिहार के लोगों के आशीर्वाद के बल पर मैं आज पार्टी के लिए बड़ा चलिए तो ये
All right, shifting our focus to some international news where we have live shots coming in from Sydney's Bondi Beach after 2 gunmen shot dead. At least 15 people were wounded, at least 40 during a Jewish holiday celebration on Sunday. Very unfortunate incident. Getting those live pictures coming in from Sydney's Bondi Beach. Australian authorities say that 1 gunman was fatally shot by the police. Second was arrested and is in critical condition. So for those who have lost their life in this unfortunate incident, we can see that they are being remembered. So we see these pictures coming in, viewers. The Bondi Beach attack, a very unfortunate incident. Australia was rocked by one of its deadliest mass shootings in decades. We're getting some more information coming in, viewers, because the death toll is rising to 16, 40 hospitalized after shooting which was targeting the Jewish community in Australia's Bondi Beach. And we see that those who lost their lives are being remembered. We have seen many people turn up in large numbers remembering those who lost their life in that carnage, a very unfortunate incident which had come in. And we see that there are details coming in from the police saying that 16 people have lost their life. 40 remain in the hospital following the shooting at Bondi, waiting for more information to come in there. And the Jewish community representative has confirmed that a 12-year-old girl and a rabbi are among those who lost their lives. Authorities have further stated that the area around Bondi Beach remains sealed off as investigations continue, with further restrictions on aerial activity over the site. This assault specifically targeted the Jewish community, occurred while hundreds of people were gathered to mark the first day of Hanukkah and have been officially declared. This has been declared as a terrorist attack officially. Australian Prime Minister has condemned the incident in his address to the nation following the mass shooting, described the incident as a devastating terror attack, expressing solidarity with Australia's Jewish community. He stated that the incident was a targeted attack on Jewish Australians on the first day of Hanukkah, which should be a day of joy. A celebration of faith, an act of evil took place and struck the heart of our nations on a day which was supposed to be a day of joy and celebration. This is what the Australian Prime Minister has said. The eyewitnesses describe acts of bravery from bystanders and police officers after gunmen opened fire on people. Let's listen in.
There was 2 shooters, one on the bridge, one under the bridge, and just started to shoot for 20 minutes. They shoot, change magazine and just shoot. I look at him all the time. I was with 2 of my babies under me, and I look at that, and it's just rifle and a pistol, and just shoot. And the other one was under. They start to come close to the audience. I think one of the people took his rifle and shoot him. All the crowd, anyone, Jewish, just shoot. Doesn't matter who. Man, all kids, everyone was no. I see 6 people dead and 6 people injured. 6 or 7 people injured. There was 2 shooters, one on the bridge, one under the bridge, and just started to shoot for 20 minutes. They shoot, change magazine and just shoot. I look at him all the time. I was with 2 of my babies under me, and I look at that, and it's just rifle and a pistol, and just shoot. And the other one was under. They started to come close to the audience. I think one of the people took his rifle and shoot him. All the crowd, anyone, Jewish, just shoot. Doesn't matter who. Man, all kids, everyone was no. I see 6 people dead and 6 people injured. 6 or 7 people injured.
Sticking with pictures coming in from Sydney's Bondi Beach, where many people have gathered, remembering those who had lost their lives. 16 people unfortunately lost their lives. Over 40 people have been hospitalized after Australia was rocked by one of the deadliest mass shootings in decades. We are trying to get our viewers more updates.